Hey everybody. The world of Chibimals is still going. It's alive and well on Patreon, and every Monday morning on Twitch TV I'm doing a live modeling session and making a new Chibimal there. I hope that you'll join me. It's a great way to start your week. And as this is going, the world of Chibimals is getting a lore and a story. And I want you guys to be a part of that because Chibimals always was about you guys driving it and setting its course and deciding where it's going. And I want you guys to help me with that again because I have some ideas that I want to tell you about and then get your idea of filling into details and guiding it to its next path. But before we do that, I want to show you guys this. Have you seen this amazing animation by Scott Wilkinson? He made a Chibimal animation, but he did it during the time lapse of the print of a barn. He let the print go, and every once in a while at regular intervals came and moved the animals across the build plate to do this thing. This is absolutely amazing, and it even tells a cute little story. It's got personality. Scott, you did an amazing job on this. Now I don't want to ruin it for you guys. I want you guys to have a reason to watch the whole video, so I'm going to go ahead, stop it here, and then we're going to go and then I'm going to show you maybe the second most exciting thing I could. A list. Who doesn't love a good list? This list is every single animal that people suggested to me during the Chibimals Kickstarter. And if somebody put it on the list, it was important to them and it became important to me. So there are tons of animals here, and I want to get to adding all of them to the world of Chibimals, and I've broken them up into I'm calling them biomes. They're more of actual, I suppose, set pieces, but each one of these biomes we are currently working on the farm. This is the starting one, and you can see that we're almost done with it. Now, let me tell you the story of Chibimals, and then maybe have you guys help me fill in the details. So, once upon a time on the Chibimal farm, the Chibimals were celebrating Halloween. That'll be our first new accessory pack. But during their celebrations, the piggy, out behind the back of the barn, discovers buried in the ground a MacGuffin. I'm not sure what the MacGuffin is, but it sends Piggy onto the next stage of the adventure. It sends Piggy to where? You guys get to pick where he's going. Now, why does Piggy go to that new biome? Does he go there because he's looking for the next piece? Like there was a clue on the piece and it drove him to the next one? Or is he going there to find a friend that can help him interpret it so that we can maybe skip a biome before adding another piece to the MacGuffin? My ideas for the MacGuffin right now is maybe some sort of amulet that I could model the whole thing, then break it into pieces and release it just a piece at a time with the whole playset as they come out. And that way we can have that story be progressive. Like I said, we could use excuses to skip biomes like, oh, well, I know what this is, but I'm not really sure. But my friend who lives at whatever might be able to know better, so we'll go there next. Now, what am I going to do with this story? Let me show you an idea that I have, and you tell me if this is just plain crazy. Imagine I start with a pentagonal shape here, a pentagonal tile, and this tile is as wide across as could be printed on a CR10, so it's about 300 millimeters, 30 centimeters, if you will. It's big. Okay, that's the scale that we're talking about here. We take this tile and we jam pack it full of all the animals of a particular set piece. In this case, here's our farm with the barn and the tractor and all the animals there on there. Isn't that cute and wonderful? Then as we progress, we add more tiles and we build them all together to build a literal world of Chibimals. And what am I going to do with this world? I've got a couple of thoughts, a couple of options. I mean, one thing I could simply, you know, gloop them together and hinge one of them so the clamshell's open. And then what I would love to do is on the inside have a set piece of low poly dinos. I like the idea of the low poly dinos being at the center of the world of Chibimals and the Chibimals building on the outside, because that's kind of what happened. But I have an even crazier idea. Tell me what you guys think of this. Imagine that I start by building a frame that looks a little bit like this, and it would have to be out of like aluminum of some sort, I-beam aluminum or something. And onto that frame, we put all of our tiles. And I'll have to split some of the tiles, or actually all of the tiles down the middle to do that. Then I take a 360 camera with lenses on both sides. I put it on a crawler of some sort, and it crawls across this framework that I have here, going up and down and all around. But because this camera doesn't, if you turn it upside down, the video goes upside down. So you can, when you're watching this video on your phone, be looking at this world of Chibimals. Here, let's run the animation. And while you're doing that, it's passing by on either side. Think it's a small world, except with an actual small world that you're experiencing in 360, so you can look at stuff on the left and on the right, and you have control of what you're looking at, just like you're riding the ride. And at one point, we could even duck into the middle, and I'll have a diorama of the low poly dinos here, and then we pop back out and basically end the ride here. What do you think? How crazy is this idea? And do I even have a chance of doing it? There's a lot of things for this idea to happen that I'm going to have to get some friends together to help me put together. And if you have any ideas how something crazy like this could be done, let me know in the comments. But let's go back to that list. This is where I need your help right now. What do you think the MacGuffin could be? Do you have any ideas for that? And where do you want to go next? Now, I will point out that these last couple over here, the swamp and everything from the swamp on, that's not going to be a part of this. I'm just going to take those and distribute them out because there's not enough here. Right here, the mystical, I definitely want to do that, but we'll have to do it. And the final endpoint, I didn't discuss that real fast. What is going to be the endpoint when we get all of the parts of the MacGuffin, or all of the MacGuffin, whatever, the collection together? What is going to be the endpoint? I think what would be really cool is if in the last biome or set piece, we have a superhero themed accessory pack, because when they get all the pieces together, they become superhero of some sort. I think that that's a very rewarding end to a story like this. But tell me if that's a little bit too silly. I'd love to hear your feedback. I appreciate very much everything you guys do. Thank you so much. And I especially appreciate Scott, his amazing animation. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Indeed, there are monkeys at play here. Guys, you guys are amazing. As always, I want to say thank you very much for watching. And remember, safety first, because I care about you. I'll see you next time.